BinaryOptionsStrategy.com.
Hello and welcome to our look at the upcoming February 2nd trading week. In front of you I have the economic calendar as per usual, and you can see that Monday we start out with manufacturing PMI out of Germany, which of course will drive the euro and the DAX quite a bit during the session. We do have a lot of US related announcements as well, with ISM manufacturing PMI being probably the largest of all of them. And we also have an Aussie rate decision, so Monday should be a rather interesting day. Euro, dollar, and the U.S. stock markets will probably be in focus that particular session. As you look at the Tuesday session, you can see that their employment numbers coming out of New Zealand is probably the most important announcement, although probably will move only the New Zealand dollar. Factory orders month over month could have a little bit to do with stock market movements in the United States, but that's probably about it. ISM non-manufacturing PMI and the ADP numbers come out as well on Wednesday in the United States. Services PMI out of Great Britain, and a plethora of PMI numbers out of the EU from various countries. With that being said, this of course, after you see the ADP number, you know that the non-farm payroll numbers come out, so that will probably keep Thursday fairly quiet, with the exception of the interest rate decision coming out of the UK. That of course could move the pound and the FTSE drastically. We'll just have to see what they have to say. And then of course, the granddaddy of them all, non-farm payrolls on Friday. That will certainly move the markets, but keep in mind that the Canadians also have their employment numbers as well, so that could put a lot of focus on the dollar-Canadian dollar pair if you have that ability to trade. Stock markets, US dollar in general, will move a lot, so Friday of course will be the typical volatile non-farm payroll session. Looking at the silver market, you can see that we have pulled back rather drastically from this past week, but there is a large amount of support just below. So quite frankly, would expect to see some support come in for the silver markets, maybe a little bit lower, around 16 or so. Probably going to be a call buying opportunity on signs of support. We certainly wouldn't be afraid of buying those calls. You can see the euro dollar's had a pretty strange week. It's been falling rather drastically, got a little bit of a bounce to the 1.14 level, and then fell. That being the case, it appears that the market should continue to see a lot of volatility. We still have a very negative view on the euro. There's simply far too much working against it, and the fact that the bond yields in the United States are dropping, that shows that people are buying treasuries still, which means they are buying US dollars. We should continue to go lower, and we think that we will test 110. May not be this week, but it is coming soon. Finally, you can see that the S&P 500 has fallen to test the 2000 level again, but really when you look at this chart, there's only one way to look at it. We're in an uptrend. So we believe that buying calls on short-term pullbacks will be the way to go going forward. This week, of course, being the employment numbers week, could be what makes us move higher or lower, but at this point in time, we still think that we're going to eventually try to break out above 2100. With that, we've taken a look at the upcoming February 2nd trading week.
BinaryOptionsStrategy.com